Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making Banoffee Pie inspired chia pudding. Annoyingly I did start this already, but for some reason my video has just turned itself off. So what I did was I just took 3 medjool dates, so it's these ones here, and I got those from, it was either Home Bargains or B&M, and I've just covered them. So I took out the stones because those ones had stones in. I covered them in just boiling water from the kettle, so it was really hot. I'm going to leave those to soften up to make the caramel flavour or the toffee flavour. So this is where I've got up to already. I've got 15 grams of milled chia seed in a jug, and then I'm going to add 3 grams of psyllium husk. Now, like I've said before, you don't have to use this. I just got this because I'd heard that it helps with things like constipation and keeping you regular, that kind of thing. I mean, there's quite a lot left really. It does go quite far because you only use a little bit. It can change the texture a bit. It can make it go a little bit gelatinous, but my husband's never said that he's noticed anything off-putting with that, so that's fine. This is a non-vegan version today, and I'll be using this MyProtein mixer banana split flavour. It's like a Müller corner. And then what I'm going to do now is add 15 grams of this MyProtein caramelised biscuit flavour protein powder. Now, my son and his girlfriend, they gave me this, so I'm not sure if they bought it from MyProtein directly. So, yeah, I'm not sure where they got it from, but I'm assuming it'd be online or in certain stores. So, I'm going to be using 15 grams of that. So, 15 grams. Just checking that my video is still recording. I'm not sure what happened then. It just turned itself off, so hopefully it doesn't do it again. So 15 grams. If you can hear some background noise, I've got my tumble dryer and washing machine on today at the moment, and it's just in its final spin, so it might get quite loud in a second. So then I'm going to put in the yoghurt now, and it said it's got 15 grams of protein. Now, normally I wouldn't buy individual yogurts like this, because I do find it cheaper just to buy the bigger yogurt tubs because we use so much of it. But this was on an offer yesterday. They were 5 for £5, and it wasn't just these ones. You could mix and match with some other brands and flavours, and that was from Morrison's. But I do have an app called Shopmium, and if when I bought these, I think I got something like 75p back on each yogurt. It was either 75p back or try for 75p, which meant you got £1 back. So I'm not affiliated with any of those. It's just an app I've used for a long time, and it does help, you know, try certain things, or yeah, it's just quite handy. So I'm going to be putting in the yoghurt part of that into this jug. Oh, that smells really nice. So I'm going to put that into there. Now, if you don't want to use this brand, or you know you can't get hold of it, it's you're more than welcome to use a different type. You can substitute anything out that you don't want to use. You know, you can use your own favourite protein powders, your own favourite milks, that kind of thing. I do make chia pudding a lot, as I'm sure you've probably seen from my other videos, just because once you've got the ingredients, I know it's that initial cost, but once you've got the ingredients, they do last a long time, and they go really far. You can make it in all kinds of flavours. You can add chia seeds to all kinds of things. So yeah, I do hope that you're finding these useful and that you give things a try. And some of my recipes a try. So then I'm going to be adding 50 ml of milk. Now this is a Rude Health cashew milk. Again, substitute it for whatever you normally use or what you have in. So 50 ml. Just stay with, but that's fine. And there goes the washing machine. It sounds like it's about to take off, so hopefully it's going to be finishing its cycle in a minute. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do now is, because I've added some caramelised biscuit flavour protein powder to this, I don't want it to take away the banana flavour of the yoghurt too much. So I'm going to put in half a mashed banana, actually I'm going to be using just under half because I'm going to use the rest of it to put around the sides of my of the bowl when I dish it up. So I'm just going to mash that up and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've mashed that up now. The riper the better, just because it enhances the flavour of the banana and it's easier to mash up as well. So I'm just going to be adding that into there. And then I'll give that a stir up. Because I'm using a bigger jug, I'm going to use a knife just to stir it. It's easier, I think, sometimes. So I'm just going to stir this through and then I'll come right back. So now I've drained off the water from the dates, so I'm just going to give those a good mash up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've mashed up the dates, so they're all nice and smooth. You can add some vanilla extract to this if you like, or some sweetener, but I find that the sweetness of the dates and the bananas, he won't have to have that added, but you know, if that's what you want to add, that's fine. So I'm just going to put, now my hands are clean, just a little dollop of that just at the bottom as like a base. Just a little bit more. Maybe I could have got away with 2 dates. So that's something to know for next time. Now I've not done this one before. I was inspired yesterday when I picked up the banana yoghurt. I thought, I wonder what I could do with that. So I'm hoping it turns out nicely and you give it a go and you think it's nice as well. So then I'm going to just put in just a little bit more, but I'm just going to just smooth some just on the edge of this glass, so that when I slice my banana up, it will stick to it and it will show at the sides of the glass through the pudding. So that's that. Hopefully this works. I'm just going to put a bit more in the bottom because I've used more than I thought, putting it on the sides. So that's that done. Now I'm just going to slice up the rest of this banana. Okay, so I've sliced those up and I've put them on the onto the caramel. They've stuck on quite well. It's not as aesthetically pleasing as I thought it might be, but it's fine. So then I'm going to put in probably half of this mixture. Hopefully it doesn't knock all the bananas off the side. So I'll put in half, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it was a little bit more, but it's fine. And then I'm just going to smooth that over. And then I'm going to put on some more of the dates. I don't think it's going to smooth over very, very well on top of this, but it's okay. I think we're all kind of winging it, aren't we, really? So it's not a problem. Actually, I'll just kind of swirl it in a little bit. Try not to knock off the bananas. There's just a little bit left, so I'll save that for the top, I think, actually. So then I'll put in the rest of the yoghurt mix. Yeah, he will have this tomorrow, so I have a good day and a bit to set and thicken up. Although it is quite thick anyway, but I think you have to leave chia seeds for a certain amount of time, because I think it can cause digestion problems if you don't eat them after they've absorbed any kind of liquid. So yeah, these will get left for a little while. So that's that done. And then I'll just pop the rest of that on there, just as kind of a little thing in the middle. Like I said, I think I definitely could have got away with 2 dates, so that's something I'll bear in mind for next time. I've got some of the banana left, so rather than it go to waste, I'm just going to pop those on there, and I will be covering it up straight away so that it doesn't go, the bananas don't go brown. Yeah, you know, so they still look nice and fresh. And then what I'm going to do now, I did think about putting a crushed up Biscoff biscuit on there, but then I remembered that the yoghurt has got this this chocolate crunch topping, so I'll just put that on there. So I'll just tip these out into my hand. And you do get quite a lot again. I'll rinse that out and pop that in my recycling in a little bit. So pop those on there. And then I'll cover that over as soon as I've pressed stop on this video. But yeah, it looks quite nice actually. I'm not sure if you can see all the way through. We've got some bananas showing through. There's the dates at the bottom there. Yeah, so it smells really, really nice. I'm sure it'll be lovely. Maybe I could try doing a vegan version for myself. I don't have banana protein powder, so, and I don't think I've seen a banana vegan yogurt before, so it might be that I have to use mashed up banana in that as well, but more of. So, but we'll see. What I'll also do with this is I would give it a little drizzle with some honey for another toffee flavour. But because this is going to have a fair amount of sugars in from the bananas and the dates and the yoghurt as well, and the toppings, I won't. But I will put on a little tiny bit of this Skinny Food 0 calorie sugar-free sauce, just a little drizzle on there. I've never tried this before, and when I got it yesterday, I did put a little drizzle on something that I was having, and it wasn't coming out, but it's got one of those lids with like a hole in it, so it doesn't come out if you hold it upside down, so you have to give it a squeeze. So yesterday I did end up putting quite a lot on something I was having, so yeah, it's not up. See, yeah, I don't think you can do a drizzle. So what I'll do is I'll just yeah, I'll probably leave it actually now. I won't put any more on there until I've got the hang of how to squeeze it without it all coming out. So yeah, that'll go in the fridge until tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to really enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I hope you try it. Let me know if you do. If there's anything that you'd like me to give a go, I'm more than open to some suggestions. But thank you for watching. I hope you could give it a like. That would be really nice. So yeah, thank you very much then. Bye, take care.